What's up, YouTube? Clayk back again with this banner review. We were all taken by surprise, at least I was, at getting the Final Fantasy IV banner, getting that Cecil 6-star coming at us, because I thought it was going to be the Tillith Brave Frontier banner, which now I'm second guessing myself, like, is that even coming? When is it coming? Are we getting it on Global? I don't know. And then I also thought Final Fantasy 13 would come before this banner, but I'm pumped about it because you guys should know how much I love Cecil. So let's get into it. I'm gonna review all these each of these characters, including Cecil, all 4 of these characters, and tell you guys if you should pull in this banner, which it's yes, you should. You should go for Cecil, and you know how good each of these characters are. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So the first unit we're gonna look at here is Rosa, the healer of the banner. She's going to come in at a 4-star base, going up to 5-star, meaning you're going to have to get her from a yellow crystal, a 4-star crystal. Going on down, we're going to talk about her stats here. She has HP 2260, MP 183, Attack 88, Defense 89, Magic 93, and Spirit 167. And when I talk about these stats from here on out in these videos, I'm talking about max level, max all the way leveled up, with all the innate, passive abilities. Those are the stats. Next, we're going to look at, we're going to compare her a little bit to her spirit to Lena, who I think is the best healer currently before this banner is released in the game of Global. Lena's coming at you with a spirit of 128, so it's almost a 40 spirit difference comparing her to Rosa. Now, that's not the only thing you compare, right? We have to compare abilities, things like that, but as far as it's concerned, in the spirit category, she has almost 40 more than she does. Now let's go into equipment for Rosa. Rosa can equip daggers, rods, staffs, bows, harps, and whips in the pretty much her weapon slot. And then on top of that, she can equip hats, cloth, robes, and accessories. Okay, guys, so that's what you're going to be able to equip onto her, things like that. So if you're looking, I'm definitely going to be putting a staff or a rod on her to get as much spirit as I can, because she's going to be a healer. Next up, we're going to discuss her TM, which is the Goddess Bow. Pretty good TM here in a way for a bow user. Attack 91. Right, so that's like the highest attack bow we've had. Now the killer bow, which we got from fighting in the trials, only gave us 60 attack. Although the killer bow did have an element on it with a lot of killer passes, 3 of them. But just having the attack 91, pretty damn strong weapon with attack 91. And then spirit plus 40, so, that could go right on Rosa, giving her some spirit, giving her some attack she can attack a lot with, and the spirit she may need to do some healing down the road. The next ability we'll talk about, some key abilities for her, are Asuna. Asuna is going to cure poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, and confuse off of one ally. So, if they have some status element on them that is within the parameters there that I just said, that's what is going to be used with Asuna to get that off of there. But remember, it only targets one person. Next up, she does get Curaja, which I feel, as far as a healer is concerned, that's what you're going to want to need. As far as right now, that's going to be like your base thing you need to be a good healer. So she does have Curaja. She has also another cool ability called Bless, which is going to heal MP over 3 turns to all allies, okay? So on top of Curaja, she's healing everybody up. I think Curaja is the best heal we have in the game right now. Next up, she has Bless that I'm discussing, and she can heal up your MP too. So if a battle goes for a long time, you're running out of MP, you don't have the osmos or whatever, or maybe your physical damage dealer is running out of MP, bam, you could use Bless, give him back that MP over 3 turns, heal him back up. And then lastly is her Limit Break, Miracle of Baron. It's going to heal everybody for 60% HP and MP about 20%. So again, a way to give you HP and MP about 20%. And these numbers on these limit breaks, guys, from now on is going to be the highest star level, but the lowest limit break level. So starting at limit break 1, what those percentages are there. So let's compare her to Lena real quick. Lena gives you cheer, which boosts up your attack and defense by 40% for 3 turns. Now that is amazing. So that's why I'm still going to rate Lena above Rosa, but we're starting to get into the area where if you do have a lot of these units, you can start building teams around, being able to not need cheer, right? We have like, for example, Cecil's on this banner. His limit break gives you pretty much what cheer does, but better, right? But you have to wait till you fill up your limit break bar. But he has a way to do that too. Rosa, on the other hand, she does a lot of other things better than, besides cheer. Cheer is the one thing that makes Lena better. Rosa is better if you're talking about anything besides cheer, right? She has Curaja, which Lena does also, but she has a higher spirit, stat. On top of that, she also has Bless, which gives you MP up, which MP is going to be very important in longer trials, or let's say longer explorations, longer battles in the first place, longer story missions, things like that. So that is my review on Rosa. I think she's the second best support healer in the game right now, behind Lena, strictly due to cheer being so powerful and so good. But if you could somehow get cheer on your team besides that with Ramza or something like that, I think Rosa would take Lena's spot. Edge, the awesome ninja, coming in at a 3-star base, going up to a 5-star unit. This guy is like a ninja, magic dealer, cripple your enemies, physical damage attacker, all around bad unit. I'm sorry guys out there for anybody who does like Edge. I love the way he looks. He seems like a great character, but they definitely shit on him, or at least dropped the ball when it came to making him in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Let's look at the stats first, okay? HP 2,552, MP 113, attack 124, defense 86, magic 91, and spirit 78. The thing about Edge, again, is that he does a little bit of physical damage, but he also does, most of his abilities you probably would use if you use them are magic, so we'll get in that in a minute. He can equip a dagger, a sword, a katana, a throwing weapon, and a fist weapon. He can equip all of that. He can equip hats. He can equip cloth armor. He can equip light armor and accessory. So that's what you're going to do if you try to equip him up. You can equip all that onto him. Moving on to his TM, which is bad in my opinion. The Hanzo Gauntlets, giving you defense plus 15 and spirit plus 15, and also giving you mug. Now, you don't really need mug. You can just use steel, something like that. I mean, it's not that necessary. You can also get it from an Esper, so that immediately takes that off of being that great when it comes onto this TM. And also defense plus 15, spirit plus 15. I don't know where you're really putting that. There are other things in the game that are already just as good, close to it at least. Again, on tanks, I'm going to prefer HP, and possibly I want to put this maybe on a healer, but is it worth grinding for? I don't think so. I'm not that interested in the Hanzo Gauntlet. That's just me. Maybe you guys will be. Let's go into his abilities. This one's going to be a big one here, guys, but he learns like these ninjutsu. I'm going to call them ninjutsu abilities because he is a ninja. He has one for every element, and what it's going to do is it's going to do elemental magic damage to all enemies, okay? So he has flame, fire, frost, ice, blitz, electric, or lightning, flood, water, gale, wind, and tremor, which is earth. Okay, guys, so he has all the elements, but he's doing magic damage with that. His magic stat is piss poor, man. It's coming in, like I said earlier, at 91, all the way, you know, that's all he has without putting anything on him. It just seems kind of weird, the character. But moving on again after that, he does get some kind of cool abilities here to cripple maybe a boss or maybe an enemy you're having trouble with. Put them together too a little bit. Elude, Dark Arts, Silence. Elude's going to confuse the enemy and have a chance to do that at 30%. Dark Arts is going to be able to blind the enemy at a chance of 30%, and Silence, going to be able to silence the enemy at 30%. It's going to be able to do it to one enemy. He also gets another ability, which I did not list here, that has the chance to paralyze the enemy, I'm pretty sure, at 30%. So he can do all this stuff and cripple the enemy, but when it comes to actually, like, damaging the enemy, he's not going to do that much damage. I guess since he has all the elements, he'll be kind of okay for chaining in a way. But besides that, moving on, he has a really cool ability called Camouflage. Now, this is a passive ability you have on yourself. It's minus 50% chance of being targeted. So he's kind of like hiding out in the shadows. That's a cool, like, little fluff thing going on with him, where 50% of the chance of the time, he's just not going to be targeted, which is awesome. Going on to his Limit Break, Evelyn's Technique, he's going to do physical damage and a random status effect to one enemy. So it's pretty much like taking all of his Elude, Dark Art, Silence, his Paralysis one, bang, in one Limit Break, and he's going to pick a random one off of an RNG number and do that. So to summarize, is Edge cool as hell? Yes. Does his sprite look awesome? Uh-huh. Is he good? No, not at all. Like, he is so... I'm so sad he's so bad. Because at first I didn't know who he was. And then when I learned who he was, you know, looking at his sprite, learning who it actually was, and looking how cool he was, I was so disappointed at what this character came out to be. But that's Edge in a handbag, man. Looking awesome, being a ninja, but getting the shaft again from Gumi in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 Dark Knight Cecil. Yeah, it's Dark Knight Cecil, guys. He's hitting you up, DKC for short, hitting you up with a 5-star base, going into a 6-star. Here's another 5-star base coming at you that you're probably not going to pull, but we'll go over him anyway. Stats: 4,453 HP, MP 145, attack 232. That is a massive attack stat. Defense 147, magic 116, spirit 117. So we're talking about how massive that attack stat is. And again, guys, we're going over this by being max level and having all the innate passive abilities put on him that he does learn as he levels up. Compare it to Lightning, who after all of that, being leveled up, all the innate stats, everything, is only at 188. So guys, from 188 to 232, Dark Knight Cecil is. Now, is Dark Knight Cecil better than Lightning? Nope. And I'm going to explain why. But let's say that for the end. Let's go into the equipment that he can equip. Dagger, sword, katana, great sword, and a lance. as far as, you know, suiting him up in armor, things like that, you have helm, light shield, heavy armor, light armor, and an accessory. So, you know, he's more of like a huge-ass paladin. You can tell by his picture and his sprite, man. He's all decked out and cool stuff. Going into his TM, which quite possibly is the best TM in the game under dual wield. You know, a little bit above Excalibur, and this TM is kind of the same, kind of not, which is Deathbringer. Deathbringer is going to hit you with 120 attack, dark element on it, and it's going to give you Man-Eater as a passive, guys. Okay, so you're getting that Man-Eater passive on a weapon, which is insane, because it's going to stack with it being on your person. So being like, let's say for COD, obviously COD can't equip this, but if it could, it'd be like Man-Eater on weapon, Man-Eater from Esper, Man-Eater from an ability on your character. That all is going to stack up. You're going to do tons of damage, and there are a lot of characters in Final Fantasy games that are bad guys, so that's going to be really great for you. So I would rank this TM almost above Excalibur, if maybe even above Excalibur, being that, you know, you get the Man-Eater, guys. It's pretty awesome. Moving on to his actual abilities now. He gets, you're going to notice a little bit of a theme going on with Dark Knight Cecil, and it gets kind of repetitive here. He gets Drain Blade, hybrid physical damage, and HP drain for 30% to one enemy. So Dark Knight Cecil, a lot of his abilities, he likes to use his own life, tap into the dark arts, do a little bit of damage like that. So this is going to help him get his HP back. Another thing the Japanese version didn't have was the Blood Sword, I think is what it's called, from the Coliseum we got out of Advanced Coliseum, with the you know, Drainer ability to take 50% HP back. So that could make him, Dark Knight Cecil, better, you know, in the future, things like that. Another thing, guys, I want to say before I complete this guide, I do not know what the special global ability is that he gets exclusively. Apparently he's getting an exclusive global ability. It might be Drainer. It's kind of my guess. They're just going to throw Drainer on him. But I'm not sure. But I will make a video talking about that ability and how it messes with him in the rankings once it's revealed what that is. Next up, he has Dark Flame, some more dark abilities. Dark Magic to all enemies, so he's just going to do a bunch of dark magic to everybody. A Gravity Ball, HP 75% damage. You know, it's like Graviga, things like that. It's going to do 75%. Now, some enemies will resist this, but... And then he's going to sacrifice 10% of his HP. The next ability, his big, hard-hitting one, is Soul Eater. He's going to do Dark physical damage with HP sacrifice 49% to one enemy. So it's his big hitting ability he's going to smack somebody in the face with. He's going to lose almost half of his HP, and it's going to have the dark element slapped on there. So guys, remember, Dark Knight Cecil, he has a lot of physical damage ability, but it's all dark magic. For one, he's got the dark element slapped on everything. So the thing, if a creature or a bad guy or an enemy would be dark resist, Dark Knight Cecil's like left out in the wind. Like, what is he gonna do? You know what I mean? His limit break is Shadow Bringer, dark physical damage with HP sacrifice 20%. Again, sacrificing the HP and doing that to all enemies. So, you know, they didn't have the Blood Sword in the Japan version, so that might help him out with that Drainer. Maybe the new global ability that they're putting on him could be Drainer. He has a lot of attack. Don't be upset if you get him. You're getting the best TM in the game, and also this guy's really, really strong. But there are enemies in the future that will be dark resist, and then it kind of leaves, you know, you wanting when you just have this Dark Knight Cecil who can only do dark damage, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he has a couple other moves that don't, but he's marked around doing dark damage, tapping into his own blood to do that kind of damage. And that's what makes him ranked kind of low when it comes to 6 stars in the future. He's ranked way below Lightning, and I don't even think this new global passive could save him. However, he's really strong right now, and until we see some dark, you know, battles, maybe Dark Ifrit, Dark Shiva, things like that in the future that we'll have to fight, he's pretty damn good. So be super pumped when you get Dark Knight Cecil, but remember, he's all about dark, and you know, there's nothing else. He's like a one-trick pony with that stuff. So moving on, lastly, we're going to talk about the other form of Cecil. Cecil 6-star! Let's do it. Now, if you want to talk about a man character, if you want to talk about a badass, you got to talk about Cecil in this game. Cecil getting his 6-star finally, starting at 3-star, going up to 6-star now. He's our first 3-star base unit that can go all the way up to 6-star. He's going to be your tank role. He's going to fill that role for you, along with being a little bit of support, healing, a little bit like that. Let's look at the stats. Coming in with 4,368 HP, MP 143, attack 151, defense a staggering 211, magic 110, and spirit 114. I don't really have stats to compare him to since he's our first tank, you know, hitting 6-star. So in the future, when I do, I will use Cecil as our base when it comes to deciding what the tank stats are like on those people. His equipment, he can equip daggers, swords, katanas, great swords, lances, and axes. That Lonnie TM, what's up? Helms, you know, light shields, heavy armor, light armor, cloth, which is kind of cool, and accessory. So that's everything you can equip on your Cecil. You want to make him as tanky, put a bunch of HP on him and defense on him because he is going to be your tank. His TM is Excalibur, which I know a lot of you guys have probably heard about. That's the weapon you're going to want to put on your Orlando, at least one of them to put on your Orlando because of the whole great sword. It's one of the strongest weapons in the game, if not the strongest weapon in the game, and you know, with Orlando's stacking great sword passive that increases attack if he has a great sword equipped, that's what's going to make this really awesome. It comes in with 120 attack and light element on it. So this with the Dark Knight Cecil's TM, best weapons in the game. The Dark Knight Cecil TM kind of a little bit better because of the Maneater passive that's on it also, but you know, you're gonna have to take and draw. It's debatable which one's better, but I think maybe the Maneater passive does give it to the I think it's called Deathbringer. Moving on to his abilities, which are pretty freaking sweet. He gets Saintly Wall. Now listen to this, guys. This is what makes him one of the best tanks forever. For a long time, he's still the best tank in Japan. Him and Warrior of Light hold that, you know, trophy together. Saintly Wall, 75% chance to protect a party member. So 75% of the time, if a party member takes damage, he's gonna jump in front of it and block it. You know what I mean? And when he does that, 50% mitigation of that damage. So if that enemy was going to hit you for 50, now it's going to hit you for 25. Okay, so like pretty awesome. Like that Saintly Wall, 75% chance, amazing. Like a way better cover. Next up, he does get Kuraja. Unbelievable, right? Like Cecil is going to be able to heal your team. He's also going to be able to heal. So on top of Saintly Wall, him guarding off your team, oh, you got a little hurt? Kuraja, boom. So he can even be your healer right now in Global for sure. Like in the future, you're going to need another healer to, you know, back your Cecil up. But right now, just having Kuraja on Cecil should be enough. So you can replace your, you know, your Lena or your, you know, Garnet, Rosa, maybe if you pull in here, you can just have Cecil. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Kuraja's going to do it for you. He also gets, believe it or not, Focus at 6-star. Magic, Spirit, plus 40% for 3 turns of the wall. So it's not just Van that has Focus anymore. Your boy Cecil's got it too. So look at all these great abilities he has. He even gets a killer ability, Demon Killer, because, you know, he's a Shining Paladin Knight. Plus physical damage against demons, 50%. Now, that's a passive that's on him. So when he fights a demon, he's going to do 50% more physical damage to them. And here's the best. The best thing about Cecil is his Limit Break. If you guys didn't know, a lot of you guys may think Limit Break sucks. Cecil's one that doesn't suck. Sacred Guard. Okay, when you use this, plus attack, and this is a 6-star level 1 Limit Break, plus attack, defense, spirit, 50%. To all allies for 3 turns, excuse me. So you get defense, attack, and spirit plus 50% to everybody, guys. That is huge. You're like 50% to your attack and defense and spirit. You're just king at that point when you get that done to you. And let's think about this. If you level up his Limit Break, it can go up even higher. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why, if you guys didn't know, Cecil's the one you want to kind of level up their Limit Break, his Limit Break before it gets harder as you star up a person. So a 3-star has an easier time leveling up a Limit Break than a 4-star, then a 5-star. Every level becomes more experience, way more Limit Break uses. So you might want to consider leveling up your Cecil's Limit Break beforehand, or if you get lucky enough to pull 2, you can have your one Cecil who doesn't matter about his Limit Break be your 6-star. You know, get in there, be your tank for now. Then you have another Cecil where you slowly give him Limit Burst pots, slowly use his Limit Burst, level it up, and when you fuse them together, it should transfer over your Limit Break to him. So then your big badass Cecil that you have a 6-star will acquire the Limit Break. At least that's what I understand of right now. So again, overall for Cecil, this guy is the best tank you're going to have until Warrior of Light hits a 6-star, you know, whenever he gets a 6-star, and then it's even debatable. So guys, this guy's gonna be awesome in PvP when it comes out. Cecil is the man, without a doubt. You want him. He comes in at 3-star, so you're probably gonna be able to pull him. Get excited. You get one of the best TMs, best tank in the game, best tank support, overall character you're gonna get for a while. I even consider he's not better than Lightning because Lightning does there's a lot of attacking things like that, but I feel like Lightning and Cecil are equal. They both seem like they bring so much to a party. So get pumped, 3-star, pull them, guys, pull them, and be happy when you get Cecil. Wrapping up everything, this banner seems like it's really good to me. You know, the Rosa and the Edge are not that great, but Rosa can be a really good healer if you don't have one already, even though coming in at 4-star base. Edge is just kind of like, I don't know, he's just not going to be good on any team, I don't think, even for a free-to-play player that picks him up. He could help with your element chaining, maybe. Dark Knight Cecil is a dream shot, obviously, at 5-star base, but Cecil at 3-star base you should, like, daily pulling on this banner, maybe even doing an 11 pull should net you a Cecil, and that character literally is going to be a mainstay in your team from here on out, guys. He's that good. Hopefully they don't do what they did with the whole Zidane banner, where we thought he was having this huge rate up, and then it turned out that he didn't really have a huge rate up, but he was with way more characters than Cecil is with here. Cecil only has 4 characters to compete with rate ups, and only 1 essentially on his crystal, because Rosa and Dark Knight Cecil won't even competing on the 3-star crystals. So I don't think it will be like that, but that is just my opinion. I don't have any facts to back it up, obviously, because the banner isn't released yet. And again, with Dark Knight Cecil, he does get a global exclusive passive, but I don't think we're going to be able to figure that out until he's actually released. So when he is released, I will come out with another video, and I'll tell you guys what I feel about it and how it changes, how good the character is, or how he goes in the rankings, things like that. But if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, or possibly if you want to tell me anything. Just talk to me, say hello, hi, what's up, and subscribe for future reviews, content, and event guides in the future. We'll talk to you guys later.
It is a great TM, and I am a proud owner of it, but I think I would have been a proud owner of it, you know, I would have foregone being an owner of it right now if I could have just got that Delita. I know a lot of people don't say Delita is amazing, but his Moonblade, I think, is a very underrated TM.
Sure, for sure.